A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that has captured the attention of the global community, former President Donald Trump announced a new, shortened deadline for Russian President Vladimir Putin to reach a truce with Ukraine. Speaking to reporters in Scotland during a meeting with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Trump expressed his frustration with Putin's lack of response to previous calls for a ceasefire, stating, "I'm going to make a new deadline of about 10 or 12 days from today." This announcement comes on the heels of a prior 50-day ultimatum that Trump set earlier this month, which has so far failed to yield any significant progress towards peace in the region. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been a significant point of contention for the United States and its allies since Russia's invasion in February 2022. Trump, who has positioned himself as a negotiator capable of resolving international conflicts, has faced mounting pressure as the war continues to escalate, with Putin intensifying missile and drone attacks on Ukrainian cities. Despite Trump's previous threats of economic penalties against Russia, including the imposition of 100% tariffs if hostilities did not cease, the Kremlin has remained silent in response to the renewed deadline. Following Trump's announcement, the Russian ruble experienced a notable decline, dropping more than 2% against the dollar, marking its lowest value since mid-May. Meanwhile, oil prices surged amid concerns that escalating tensions between the US and Russia could disrupt crude oil supplies. Trump's strategy includes the potential for secondary sanctions targeting countries that continue to purchase Russian exports, particularly oil. The Biden administration and allied nations have viewed these purchases as indirect support for the Russian economy, undermining the impact of existing sanctions. U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, a Republican ally of Trump, has been rallying bipartisan support for legislation aimed at imposing stringent sanctions on Russia, further illustrating the growing frustration within the U.S. government regarding the ongoing conflict. While Trump has previously threatened economic repercussions, he has also indicated a desire to leave room for negotiations, suggesting a complex balance between punitive measures and diplomatic engagement. Analysts have noted that Trump's decision to shorten the deadline may be a reaction to criticism that the initial 50-day timeline was excessively long, with some experts suggesting that a more gradual approach to sanctions might be adopted, particularly as the U.S. navigates intricate trade relations with major buyers of Russian energy, including China and India. As the situation unfolds, Trump's latest ultimatum reflects his increasing impatience with Putin, who has been accused of insincerity in his willingness to negotiate peace. "I'm not so interested in talking anymore," Trump stated, emphasizing the need for immediate action. The former president has previously highlighted his rapport with Putin, but recent events have shifted his focus towards holding the Russian leader accountable for the ongoing violence in Ukraine. NATO allies, including Germany, are also ramping up their support for Ukraine, with discussions underway to provide additional military aid, including advanced air defense systems. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has prioritized air defense in light of the recent surge in Russian attacks, which have wreaked havoc on Ukrainian cities. Despite some progress in prisoner exchanges during talks in Istanbul, there remains a significant lack of advancement towards a comprehensive resolution of the conflict. Trump has expressed optimism about the potential for trade deals with Russia, citing the country's vast resources, including rare earth minerals. However, the realities of the ongoing war present a significant barrier to any meaningful economic engagement between the two nations. As the deadline approaches, all eyes will be on Putin to see how he responds to Trump's ultimatum. The international community is watching closely, as the implications of this standoff could have far-reaching consequences for global stability and security. With the stakes higher than ever, the coming days will be critical in determining whether a path towards peace can be forged or if tensions will continue to escalate. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.